Cap's all ready to go. Got the tolex out. I'm just deciding how to make my cuts. So tolex 101 is, if you've never done this before, watch all the videos you can find, and then when you're done, watch them all again. This is the first time I've ever tried this, so we'll see what happens. I'm pretty confident it'll be fine. There's a couple videos in particular that I thought were really useful. One was the mat amp people. There's a sort of a silent video where the guy builds a whole cab from start to finish. There's no talking in it, but you can see from what he's doing, and it's a pretty good demonstration. And there's also another guy, his name is Uncle Doug, that's his username, and he builds a whole amp, chassis, cabinet, and everything from scratch. And he's got some really good descriptors on it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to measure it out, account for the overlap on both sides, and then I'm going to take a razor blade and cut it. I'm just going to wrap it one time around. I guess you could do it with different pieces, top, bottom, and sides. Apparently that's easier, but I don't see how it's going to be easier for me. So I'm just going to do the one wrap, make sure it's enough. I've actually got enough here. I'll probably do two cabinets because it's so wide, but so you get the idea. I'm going to lay it on the floor with an X-Acto knife and a ruler, so I'll make sure I get it all straight on the cuts. I'm going to do actually the entire cabinet today, hopefully. I've already done the back panel, as you can see. It turned out pretty good. I'll flip it over after and show you how I made the cuts for that circle, in case you're wondering. I just have to cut out the hole for the speaker cable input. And I'll be honest, I fucked it up a little bit. I bought the wrong kind of contact cement, and when I was doing the first run on it, it bubbled up quite a bit, and it actually melted. I wasn't paying attention to having a water-soluble contact cement, and I used the wrong kind. So I ended up tearing a piece of tolex off and redoing it with spray glue, which worked a lot better for me. I went hunting for some proper contact cement, and I just couldn't find what I was looking for. So I'm gonna do it with another can of spray glue. Seemed to work best for me. I recommend you wear gloves because that slight fabric on the back of it gets pretty tacky and sticky, and it's hard to get after fingers after. So on the left there's the piece of cut tolex. It's ready to go, and I'll flip this over for you. There's actually a video of this. Some other guy does it. Let's see. So you can see how I just I cut a circle out of the middle, or actually an oval, and then just made a little bit of cuts all around and stretched it on the inside. So it looks pretty clean right now. Pretty happy with the way that looks. Not that you're ever going to see it, but in case you're interested in that. So I'm going to get started. I'm going to use the spray glue. I'm going to spray the tolex and the cabinet, and then we're going to wrap, and we'll see how it turns out. Okay, here's the glue that I'm going to use, Super 77 by 3M. I guess the drawback of using this over proper contact cement is that this is going to dry pretty fast, so I think you're going to have to work a little bit faster, but if you can get a hold of contact cement, I would say do it that way. Otherwise, give it a shot. Alright, let's see. smooth actually. It's pretty tacky though. I'm gonna work on this edge. There's a few different ways to hide the seam. A lot of the ones that I've seen that hide it well have the piece pretty close to the corner so that the corner piece goes over it. So I'm gonna try that method and see how it works. Okay, I'll show you one corner for example, and I tell you what, it's probably a good idea to practice this. If you think you're just going to come out of the gates and have at it, you might be disappointed. It's a lot more difficult than when you watch all the videos on how to do it properly, which could be expected, but so I'm going to fold it over and then give it a cut and then wrap it. Luckily, I'm going to have the corners on there, so that'll kind of hide some of the shoddy workmanship, but this might end up being a DIY video of what not to do. So I decided I was going to spray it after because the overspray was killing me. Alright, let's see if this corner worked. I'm not going to lie, I had another corner that didn't work out too well. Let's see, that's good. Alright, give it a quick spray. I'm sure somebody's going to give me hell for doing it this way. That seems pretty good. I'll have to clean up the overspray of the glue a little bit, but let's see. Let's see what that looks like. I'm pretty happy with that. Alright, onward. So I managed to wrestle the tolex on there, and so what did we learn today? Number one, the spray glue works really well for the outside of the cabinet, but it was really inconvenient to work into the corners. And I'll be honest, I fucked it up a couple spots, to be expected. I'm sure somebody watching this video is going to tell me what I did wrong, and I'll beat you to it. You're probably right, but it worked. It looks alright. I give the people that are putting these cabs and the tolex on a lot of credit. Granted, it's probably just a lot of experience and, you know, repetition of doing it, but it's not as easy as it looks when you see the video on it. I think, I'll just hammer those corners out real quick, but if you're gonna do it, I suggest a practice corner or two just to get the feel of it. And if you're gonna do that, make sure you do the backside first. That's my recommendation. I made the front of this a little beefier, so you got to be really accurate in the corners. The backside it's not going to really matter too much on the corners because you're going to get covered up anyway. So if you do it with the corners and the lip, if you do it with the corners and the lip, it's going to cover up most of your mistakes. But if you want to get fancy with it, I'd practice ahead. Okay, next I'm going to try to put the hardware on.